Mind while we kind of talk about what you're looking for and everything like that, I'm going to take a few notes if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Great. Let's talk about your current living situation right now. What where are you living at right now?
Well, currently I'm over in a Tomball area. Technically I got a Tomball address, but I'm in Cypress.
Okay.
Are you familiar with like where Longwood Golf Course is?
I think so. Yeah, off
Just north of
290,
there.
right?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
north of there.
Okay. Yeah. And do you owning or you rent over there?
We own.
Okay. And what type of house are you in? What's your current house like?
It's just a ranch. It's a 1-story, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's about 2,700 square feet or so. Big pool in the backyard, and a detached 2-car garage.
Okay. What would you say? What's your favorite thing about your house? Or your favorite room of your house right now? Your current house?
Honestly, it's probably the backyard. I don't really like too much about the house. My missus got to pick out the house, and I just got in charge of the garage and the yard. But I mean, if I was saying, something I was looking for, I really like the open concept idea and being able to kind of share all the open space for entertaining.
Okay. You like outdoor living? You said backyard. I was just kind of curious if you like, you like grilling outdoors,
Oh, yeah.
things like that.
Like if I have my way, every night after work, I'd just rather come home, start up the grill, turn on some music, and just kind of relax outside. That's kind of the reason we moved to Texas in the first place.
Okay, right. What would you say is your least favorite house? Like if I was going to say, hey, here's 20 grand, you can remodel one room in your house. What would that be?
If I had to change one room in my house right now, it would probably be my kitchen. It's really closed off from the rest of the house. Like you truly do have to walk around walls to see any other room of the house other than the breakfast area.
So that because it's not open, you want it open, you'd be in the kitchen cooking and still be in the conversation that's going on.
Yeah, just so that I don't have to feel like we're gonna start trying to have a child this year, and it just would bother me to be in the kitchen cooking and not be able to see what's going on in the other rooms.
Absolutely. What about must-haves? Are there you said you're in a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath now. Are you looking to stay something similar? Are you looking to go up in bedrooms, down in bedrooms, bathrooms, anything like that?
No, I mean, the size we have now works. It's just more the layout that's the issue.
Okay.
3-4 bedrooms, both of those would be fine. Bathrooms, as long as it's got at least 2 full bathrooms, I'm okay with that. It's just, like I said, right now it's just me and my fiance. So we don't need a ton of square footage by any means. The most important things is I want to try to get a 3-car garage for this house because I only have a 2-car now and it's very cramped. And I want to have a yard big enough that I can actually put a pool in.
Okay. On the 3-car garage, are you okay with a tandem 3-car garage?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It's still better than what I've got right now. Basically, we just have, we have 2 cars, motorcycle. I would like to buy a boat in the near future, so I'm quickly running out of yard space to start parking toys, and I'd rather put them in the garage.
Okay, that makes sense. I have both, options out here. I just wanted to know if I needed to rule anything out there.
Oh, okay.
Now, you said, I was going to talk about lots. You like a backyard, big pool. So obviously, I'll show you some lots that are going to give you a bigger backyard. Are you interested in, having a neighbor behind you? Would you rather back up to a green space or one of our little lakes here in the community? Or is being backed up to another neighbor okay with you?
I mean, it's in the end of the day, budget's honestly going to be the deciding factor for that. I mean, in a perfect world, obviously, I'd have, a big corner cul-de-sac lot, no neighbors behind me, but, I'm realistic about it. I know that, paying $50,000, $60,000 for a lot premium is not really on my to-do list, so we're realistic.
What about, your timeline? Like, what's motivating the move? Is it just to get more? I mean, obviously you want an open floor plan house, but are there anything else pushing this move to a new home?
It's truly the family expansion plans. With us trying to have a child in the next year or so, I'd like to have a house before they're born. That way, I don't have to worry about the open concept not being there. I don't have to worry about moving after we have one. You just kind of want to get everything situated before that happens. So we're looking at sometime between now and the end of the end of the next year.
Okay. And so you would prefer to pick a floor plan, say I have a floor plan that works for you, you'd rather do a build as opposed to looking at, one of my inventory homes?
Yeah, I think we'd probably prefer to build just so that, my fiance can personalize things her way and kind of choose the decorations, etc. Oh, let me get that real quick.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Let's talk about community amenities. Obviously, you said you're looking to do a pool in your backyard. Is there anything in the community that you'd like to see as far as the available amenities?
Well, looking into the future, I'd prefer to have, a splash pad or, playgrounds. Do you know if there's a school in the community, like elementary school close by?
We do have a elementary school here in the community. We have the intermediate and high school, of course, are outside the community. But your son or daughter, when you start having the kids, would be able to walk or ride their bike to the elementary school. It'd be pretty close.
Okay, that's a really big deal. So that's a huge thing for us, being able to have the elementary school really close. If they do have splash pads or playgrounds, those are just bonuses for down the road.
Now the splash pad, there's one planned. All of that isn't built yet. We're just starting out here, but there are plans to build a splash pad there with the pool. There's the park there at the clubhouse as well, and of course there's some little hiking or walking and biking trails around as well.
Okay, perfect.
What about budget? Do you have a budget in mind, a price range that you want to stick into, or say a monthly payment that you want to be around?
Well, we haven't really dug too deep into it so far. We were planning on speaking with our financial advisor next week to kind of start planning that out. I'm assuming it'll be somewhere I'd like to be in the low 300s, 3 to 350 or so. We could go up, we could go down, but that would be a nice comfort zone for us.
Okay. And I think we've kind of got a good idea here. You're basically looking for something in that 2,700 to 3,000 square foot range. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 or 3 bathrooms, big backyard. You want that open floor plan, room for the family to grow into. So I have quite a few options. If you'd like, we can take a look at some of those floor plans and maybe go take a walk, and I can show you some lots that we can build those on, and kind of see if any of those fit for you.
Yeah, I do have a couple more questions though before you show me what you got. Do you have any plans right now that offer like bonus rooms upstairs, like 1.5 stories? I've done a little research and I see that some builders do 1.5 stories.
I do. Actually, and that's one question I didn't ask you, is if you were looking for a 1-story or a 2-story. I have a wide variety of plans I can show you. I have some that are going to be just 1 stories. If you want to get into that bonus room, game room type area, we'd be looking at a 1.5 story or one of my 2-story plans. And that'll give you, the 2-story plans are going to have a game room, but I have some options on a 1-story home to do that half story and put a game room with either a full or a half bath up there with it.
Okay, that would probably work ideal. The thought process behind it is if we can put like a media room up there, or if we can kind of use the upstairs game room area as the family room, and then kind of keep the downstairs separate so that as the children grow up, they can play upstairs and keep all the toys out of sight, so I don't have to clean my house every 5 minutes.
I understand that. I have a daughter at home, and it's a constant process of cleaning up after her.
Yeah, so you know exactly where I'm coming from. That was one of the thoughts, is just to kind of have a separate area that way. And then the other question I had is, do you have any homes that do not offer a study? Because I do a lot of work from home, so a study is very important.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'm going to write that on here. I do have some plans that don't have a study, but I have a few that have them as well. So I will cut out those, but we can definitely show you the ones that have the study with the options for the game room. I have two-story floor plans that I think you might like as well, that are going to give you the study and the game room already in the plan.
Okay, what about formal dining rooms? My fiance has an obnoxiously huge table that we've used one time in 10 years, but she won't get rid of. Do your plans have formal dining rooms usually?
Yeah, my plans are going to have a formal dining room area.
Awesome, that'll work then.
Other than that, if you don't have any other questions, I'll grab some floor plans and we'll take a look at them, and I'll show you a layout of what lots we can build those on and see if any of that works for you.
Okay, that sounds good then. I think we can make that work.
Great.